Bottom line, a fearful avoidance or disorganized attachment style, which is easier for me to say, is looking for unexplained chemistry. What is unexplained chemistry? And I think this is a more seasoned disorganized attachment style because remember, they are functioning with two heads. An avoidant side, I pull back, or an anxious side, I can appear too needy or clingy. They function with both. So, somebody who's newer to the relationship game, they might start off being a little bit more in control because, hey, I'm all that. I'm amazing. Just kidding. But maybe if they haven't fallen deeply in love before, they might be more in control. But once they fall madly in love with somebody, and they break up, it can open up that anxious side. And now I have to be in a relationship. I have to have somebody. I'm anxious. I'm clinging. I might do stupid things like ring somebody's phone like 20 times in a row because they didn't answer. But the avoidant side is going to feel deeply embarrassed by that behavior, but they've tapped into their anxious side. And so it can go into overdrive where they feel like, I have to have somebody. If you have to have somebody, which we're biologically made to mate, so it's a natural, normal, human, healthy thing to desire, and it's okay to want it and desire it. The problem is when it goes into overdrive and you can't think straight anymore. You just want to shut that pain off, that anxious side off. And the way to do that is to mate and connect. But you might mate and connect with somebody that years down the line, you look back and you think, oh, thank goodness. Because we didn't have enough chemistry. We didn't have enough of a real connection. It was just hey, I need to shut down my anxious side. And I do that by connecting with the wrong person. So a more seasoned person might go through a phase where they pull back completely, where they go into complete avoidance. Stay away from me. I am not in relationship mode anymore. I'm taking a complete break because I can't handle the anxious side. It's too overpowering. It's embarrassing. It's humiliating. I feel out of control. I don't like that out of control feeling. So now I go too deep into avoidance side where I'm too disconnected, and they could spend years doing that where they have 50 first dates and they don't get past that first date because they feel that anxiety creeping up and they can't handle it. They don't know how to manage it. They feel that abandonment fear coming up, and it's like, I don't want to go back to that place again. So I'm just going to avoid relationships so nobody really gets to know them. But what a seasoned disorganized attachment style is going to be looking for is unexplained chemistry. That means I don't have to explain it with a piece of paper. I don't have to say he's this height, he's got this eye color, he has this type of job, he makes this kind of money, I like his personality, he makes me laugh, he has a sense of humor, he's intelligent, he's a Christian. I don't have to do all of that. It's something that goes beyond the spoken word. It's something that goes beyond stats or a piece of freaking paper. It's just, I am feeling really deeply crazy about this person, and I'm not trying to. And if I try not to, it doesn't work. And that's why a lot of disorganized attachment style relationships don't quite feel right. Like they can't make themselves connect to it because they don't have unexplained chemistry. You might find yourself in deep agony because you're trying to be in a relationship with a fearful avoidant and you feel strongly for them and you're wondering, why are they ghosting me? Why are they sending me mixed messages? Why do they call me and then they don't talk to me for a couple of days? What is going on? And I'm so sorry to say this, but the key might be they're not feeling that unexplained chemistry, that thing, that something, that special thing. So you might want to explain. Here's a little secret tip. You might want to study what men want and what women want and try to tap into that. I think relationships are a learning experience and we tend to dismiss that. I was just talking to somebody and I was telling them, if you want to be in a really great relationship these days, relationships are so competitive. I hate to say it like that because it's almost like you're reducing it to a narcissistic tendency where it's like it's competitive. But if you want a top of the line woman or you want a top of the line man, one who a lot of people find super attractive, super amazing, you really need to study what is it that men want, what is it that women want. I'll give you a tiny clue here. As a female, what I've learned about men, and I could do a whole video on this, but pick two categories. So some men want acts of service. The other men want to do acts of service. So you got to figure out which one you like best. Do you like the man that's like, oh, I'm so turned on when you cook for me, you clean up my house, you organize my things, you help me pay my bills, you do all these things for me, you're always serving me, you're massaging my back, you're serving me. And then there's the group of men who are like, I want to do things for you. It makes me feel emasculated when you start doing a bunch of stuff for me. That's just one little tip. So you got to figure out, okay, which camp am I in? And that's a tip also for disorganized attachment style, because we can feel very much all over the place and confused and not understand what love is. And when you try to talk to somebody who is not disorganized attachment and you try to explain that to them, like, I'm trying to figure out what the rules are. I need a map to follow. They might just say, well, I am who I am. Like, I just come into the relationship and I be me. I just be who I am. That's it. I don't need a manual. I don't need a book. Disorganized attachment style needs a book. They need a map. They need some clear, what road are we following? What are we doing here? Are we in this thing? Are we out of this thing? Do you like me or do you not like me? They need some clarity, because without that clarity, they start to feel crazy, like they can't function, they can't think straight, and they're probably going to start treating you with a whole lot of confusing messages. So it's so tricky, because if you're dating a fearful avoidant, they need stability. They're going to be attracted to stability, but they're going to also be turned on by their own innate nature, especially if they had some secure attachment experience in their growing up life. They're going to need somebody who's stable. If you're unstable and you're sending them mixed messages, they're probably going to send mixed messages back, or they're going to shut down and you're not going to know who they are. You may think they are the most boring person in the world because they're afraid to give you who they really are. They don't know who they really are with you because it's too confusing. I know I'm giving you a lot of stuff right now. And that can be confusing, but I'm just intuitively feeling my way through to try to help somebody in this video. So the secret that they are looking for is unexplained chemistry. which could be a concoction of things and variants, like a person who is super stable. Like the person knows that as a woman, I want stability, I want security, I want to be quote unquote checked on, or hey, I'm saying hello, I'm here, I'm giving you attention, I'm giving you what you need, I'm pouring into you in a way that you need. Okay, so you gotta, that unspoken chemistry, in order for it to just be wow, there needs to be something physically attractive, that something about you that they find physically attractive, not necessarily, but that would be like a big boost. And you do need to fit some of the things on their quote unquote list, because most people, most women have written a list of the things that they want in a man. We just do that. There's just something subconscious that happens. So I'm going to try, because I know I'm probably all over the place a little bit, and I want to hone this in. What is unexplained chemistry? It can refer to various phenomena or concepts in chemistry that remain poorly understood or lack a complete explanation. Now, you might think that I'm talking about quantum chemistry, chemical kinetics, superconductivity, homogeneous catalysts. You can look all those up if you want to, but I'm talking about relationships. So I'm being a little silly, but it's a phenomenon in mind that intrigues you. So unexplainable relationship chemistry often refers to the mysterious and sometimes unexplainable emotional and physical connection that people feel towards each other. This chemistry can manifest in various ways. Number one, instant attraction. Some individuals experience an immediate and intense attraction upon meeting someone, often described as love at first sight, which can be difficult to rationalize. Number two, unspoken understanding. Unspoken understanding. Certain pairs may feel a deep understanding or connection without needing to communicate their thoughts, which can seem almost telepathic. And I've definitely had relationships like that where there was just this understanding and a lot that we weren't saying out loud, and yet we got it. Number three, emotional resonance. People sometimes find themselves emotionally in sync with another person, feeling each other's joys and pains in a way that feels profound and unexplainable. 4, physical chemistry. The physical attraction between individuals can be so strong that it seems to defy logic, often linked to pheromones and biological signals that are not consciously recognized. 5, synchronicity. Some relationships experience moments of synchronicity where events or thoughts align in a way that feels meaningful, leading to a sense of fate or destiny. So these aspects of relationship chemistry can be intriguing and often lead to questions about what truly connects us to others on a deeper level. So let's say you're a man and you are disorganized or fearful avoidant attachment style, and so you've bought into the red pill community. Why? It's a community for confusion, but it's a community that tries to put in some rules about what you should want in a woman, how a woman should act, how you should treat her, how she should treat you. And it's a lot of dysfunction, which can be the issue with disorganized attachment style. Is you're looking for a roadmap. Can somebody please give me one? The red community will give you one. And when I listen to them, and I also listen to other well-intentioned people talk about relationships, you can tell when they've never, ever been in love. Because if they fall deeply in love, it will shut down all of the crazy, make a woman pay for you on dates, make a woman, do all this intermittent I talk to her once a week and I sleep with her to hook her, and all of that goes out the window. All that confusion, you just need to fall in love once, which is why there are some men in the red pill community who have been busted lately because they have fallen in love with somebody and they have defied all of their own rules. And now everybody's angry at them because you said you're supposed to treat a woman like dirt. And now you've got this woman and all this craziness because they had never fallen in love. And so if you have fallen in love and then you can't seem to find it again, why? Because I think falling in love is extra special, rare, and unique. Now, some people have a type that is super common, so they could fall in love thousands of times. And then the rest of us, probably especially a disorganized attachment style, they might fall head over heels attached because I need to shut down the anxious side of me down, but they're not truly in love. And so then they start going for things that they would never need to go for if they were actually in love. It's like I start making these exceptions to the rules. I start going for somebody who I am completely unattracted to. They're not even the least bit cute or handsome or pretty. But I'm just going for it because I'm trying all these different things. They might say, I would never date somebody with 8 kids. And then they find themselves in a relationship with somebody with 8 kids because, well, maybe I'm just being too strict, or I'm being too hard, or I'm not open enough. The problem is you haven't found unexplained chemistry. You haven't bumped into it again, and it's confusing. So you start going for things and accepting things that you may never. And because I think true love, soulmate, twin flame can be so elusive and so rare and so hard to find, would I give somebody the advice that you just have to be head over heels madly in love to get married to somebody? You may go the rest of your life without getting that, unfortunately, because some people have finding true love is rare for a great number of people, probably the majority of people. So you might find somebody that we just really like each other a lot. I just really, really like this person, even though it's not deep, deep love. So unexplained chemistry, that is the key. That's the secret ingredient for a fearful avoidant to be completely satisfied. And if you're still struggling with love, check out my book, Flip the Script on Love, and my book on the Workplace Narcissist, which is about these super high powered, like elite narcissists that you could end up being in a relationship with. You do not want that. So check my books out. I also wrote a book called From ENFJ with Love about Myers-Briggs personality types that will help you understand people better. Because even though disorganized attachment may understand people on a deep level, they can also be equally confused by people. So understanding their personality types could really help. And I'm so glad that you hung with me and that you enjoyed this video. If you did, like it, subscribe. This is really a new venture for me, and it's helping me to understand myself. And I want to help you understand yourself as well. So if I've said something and it makes no sense, I get it because I'm figuring this stuff out. So let me know in the comments. Like, that really sucked. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.